I think my cooking's awesome. I've got her picture in my photo wagon.
Keep it poppin'. Welcome back to Nerd Thug Radio. I'm Joey Savage.
Corey DLG.
Nico DLG.
And right now we're in our weekly top 3, actually. We're in the midst of it.
We are in the midst of
It's our favorite aliens throughout pop culture.
The midst of it.
The midst of it. And we're right at Corey. You're numero dos. So take it away.
So my number 2 isn't actually one specific group or race.
Okay.
It is the alien races in the Mass Effect game series.
Oh, okay. That's a good one. I was reading some articles today.
The Asari are number 1.
They are part of the group. They do some really interesting things in that, like
Mass Effect Andromeda.
which is a continuation of the series.
It's a good game,
It is a
according
good
to El
game. I enjoy
Graves.
it.
Psych!
I know she was not. She had valid complaints about it, but
You still love it.
Yeah,
100% accurate.
Yeah, I can't say bad things about that series, but yeah. So they went out of their way to make a really big and cool world, and in that world they have a bunch of different alien races that were already
Shout out to
interacting.
the Krogans.
Right, that were already interacting before the humans meet them. So when the humans show up, these guys are all in the middle of like their whole interstellar space opera situation.
Interstellar.
Right. So they all have
Space opera.
They have all different stuff going on. It's like the Krogans are kind of like these barbarians who were overpopulating worlds, taking them over, and then they nuked themselves in the middle of a civil war. And the Solarians are these like lizardy type people, and they're very advanced. So technology wise, they're super scientist types, and they decide the Krogans are too much of a threat, so they limit their breeding capability. And so now only 1 in 1,000 Krogans are fertile.
Oh, wow.
And so that greatly reduces the number of Krogan that exist, but not to the point where it's...
Sounds like Eastern Germany.
Right. Well, it's not to the point where they're impossible to find. Like, Krogans still pop up all the time because they're so long-lived, and there are still so many of them, even though...
They'll last forever.
Right, pretty much. And then there's a race called the Turians. They're just... every alien race has their cool little things. The Asaris are all female.
Asaris.
And they like... Their whole biology is completely different than everyone else. Like, they came up with a lot of really cool ideas in this comic book, or in this series, in this universe they've created. And they do
video game universe.
They do video games. They got movies. They've got comic books out of it.
No, it's great. Yeah, and every time we do a top 3, I always do my research just to see. I want to know where I stack up against what the internet's saying.
It's so interesting because I never care.
Not that I want to see where I'm at, but then also for the aspect of the top 3 to see where we all stack up, and so then we come to something like this. And I was reading an article, I think it was on Ranker, and they're talking about the top 15, and the alien races from Mass Effect were in their top 15. So
nice.
You were definitely on to something.
Yeah, no, these are big deals. Like they're very cool, and they
not
each
a whole lot, but something.
You got something, but each one of them has their own society and rules.
Very cool, very cool.
Different stuff. In the Mass Effect Andromeda, you're going on a mission and you just save the
That was Corey sleeping right there.
You save one of the alien race's popes. Like it's like a really like
ooh, an alien pope.
Yeah,
sounds awesome.
It is awesome. Like,
I want to save an alien pope.
Like the cultures.
That's the closest to the pope I'll ever get.
Right, it is
Alien pope.
Yeah.
So like they're fully developed cultures that they've created with these different worlds. So it's really interesting. It's cool how much they I like world building. I think it's neat when people kind of create some new stuff.
No, it is.
And these guys go all out.
Right.
So, that's them.
It's cool whenever you see something like that in a video game to notice that they put enough thought into giving background stories to background characters.
Not even background stories, it's like background cultures.
Exactly, exactly.
Just real quick before I get to my number 2. We were talking about one day where you were reading like some pamphlet on some video game and they give like detailed history of like characters that you would never know unless you read these things about the game.
The Overwatch characters.
Overwatch, yeah.
Yeah, Nico was telling me character history interactions, and I was like, I just shoot people.
Just shoot people, bro.
There's no story in that game.
So my number 2, it's a full race, but then one in particular. And
okay.
I'm just gonna butcher these names like crazy, but the blue aliens from Avatar.
Okay.
The inhabitants of Pandora.
Oh, what are they called?
They're called the Navi. The Navi.
The Navi.
The Navi. But then the character that Zoe Saldana voices.
Yeah.
That's like Natiri or something like that, right?
Yeah, something
Natari,
like that.
Natiri.
Sierra.
We'll call her that.
Sierra.
But like she's a beast in that movie.
Oh, she's super.
Just all of them. Like they don't have any modern technology, and they're fighting these dudes with like bows and arrows. And
it helps that they're giant, though.
Yeah, they are really big, but then they have all these, the whole planet like comes together.
The animals and stuff all fight too. Yeah.
But come on, we like movies with strong female leads. And
we do.
I've always wanted to hook up with a blue alien. Now I've got 2 on my list.
What about one that's like 3 feet taller than you?
Okay, why not? Who?
Death by
See,
snooze. snooze.
just hop into a body that's the exact same height.
Oh, hop
Yeah.
into a body. I did not know where he was going with that at all.
Just hop into a body.
Into a body. So what do you think of the idea that James Cameron is about to make three
Three of them.
more?
The next one doesn't come out till 2020. I read it.
Yeah.
I read it this past
And the
week.
final one won't come out till the year 2075.
No, he's gonna go. It's like
James Cameron's going to be a head in a jar.
Yeah.
I think he's getting them
It'll feel
all
like Futurama.
done because it's gonna be
Yeah.
like 2020, 2021, 2022. When you read the history of Avatar, he started creating this in 1994.
Yeah, this was originally supposed to be his follow-up to Terminator.
No, it was
Terminator 2.
Titanic. He was gonna film it, and it was gonna be his next big thing after Titanic. James
But it
Cameron.
wasn't- the
But he wrote
technology
because
wasn't
he
there.
wrote like an 80-page summary of this movie like in '94, and so now he's like, after Titanic, I'm gonna start working on this. And then he said he realized technology wasn't advanced enough to create this world that he wanted to create. So he's like, we'll just have to wait until we get there. So,
And then they got there.
so he's been working. He started this in '94. We're in 2017.
That's a long time.
22 years later.
Well, M. Night Shyamalan.
I
I watched a little bit about him today because, so it's been sufficiently enough time. The movie Split
Uh-huh.
ties into the movie Unbreakable,
And they're gonna do a sequel.
and they're talking about doing a third movie. Yeah,
He tied it back.
he tied it back.
You mean
and,
good movies relate to each other?
and he
Shalamalam.
and he was talking about how he has this
Shalamalam-a-ding-dong.
notebook full of ideas, and
That's
he just
Shimalians.
keeps writing them, and just like he just some of them turn
It's
into
gonna-
movies, and some of them
Right.
don't.
It's gonna get real
You
complicated.
come up with 100 ideas. If four
No,
stick, you're
it's,
good.
It's
No, it's probably not.
it makes sense that they're in the same universe. Anyway, let's
Let's go, Nico. You're number 3.
All right, number
Number
one.
one, number
The
one.
Sesame Street Martians.
What?
the blue and pink guys that are like those
Oh,
guys.
I do remember those guys.
Oh, they're so great.
That's your favorite alien.
Yeah, dude. They're
You
so
started
great.
off so strong.
I know.
Of course, I had to disappoint you. This is my goal.
No Mr. Meeseeks, no nothing.
Well, Mr. Meeseeks isn't an alien. He's an interdimensional being created from a box.
I'm Mr. Meeseeks. We would have let you have it.
Yeah,
We
we would have
wouldn't
given
have
you a
fought you on it.
pass.
Yeah.
I don't want to do the same one twice. Same Rick and Morty.
When
You've done whole top threes from Rick and Morty.
Right.
Yeah. This
Who's
was
your favorite
one of
sidekick character? Morty. Okay,
Lawyer
he's your
Morty.
number 3. Lawyer Morty's number 2.
Right.
Morty 7135 is number 1.
Right.
the one true Morty is number 3.
We're skipping over you. All right, Corey, what's your number 1?
So my number one is the Scrolls.
The Scrolls. You know what?
Ooh, that was a good one.
Those were my honorable mention. The Scrolls.
Secret Invasion is the only reason why, though. Like, if it wasn't for Secret Invasion, I wouldn't care about the
Let
Scrolls
me
at all.
hold on. Let me sidetrack real quick.
Okay.
I just need 15 seconds.
Okay.
If you've never read, if you're a comic book fan, and you've never gotten a chance to read the Secret Invasion storyline, don't do it. What I want you to do is I want you to personally message us on the Facebook. I will set up a one-on-one with you and Corey DLG, and you can listen. We'll get a group of us together and listen to him
It's so like soothing.
tell
I-
the story
I
of
feel like
Secret
I'm being,
Invasion.
Like I'm being filled with the knowledge of like
It is
my elders.
amazing. Like I've read the Secret Invasion. As we're driving back from Louisiana Con, Corey's telling Zach and Nico, who haven't really read the story, like the whole bit, and I'm just like, dude, this is better than reading the comics.
Like I feel like I know what I'm talking about now.
I feel like we should get Corey, dress him up in like a military outfit, and just roll him in front of a bunch of kids and let him just tell the story Secret Invasion like it really happened, and film it.
Talk
That'd be
about the
great.
invasion of the Scrolls.
But,
Yeah.
like, see, I love telling Nico, like, sports stories.
Right?
Because he has no frame of reference.
No, none at all.
So I love telling him, like, when we were talking about, like, Vince Young, and then immediately Cam Newton
Yeah.
upseats Vince Young's best year ever, and, like, I like doing that. I would.
You're
you know what?
You're a good storyteller.
I am a good storyteller. That should be our next, like, vlog thing.
Yeah.
You explaining the story to me.
Corey D explains the world. And
Corey-
it's like every week I just explain something different.
But you have to like explain comic book stories, but don't tell anybody they're from comics, like their real history.
Like they're actual stories. that
Corey
happened.
DLG
Some
talks alternate history from Earth 3.
And
Some-
use everyone's like real name.
Some weeks I do history. Some weeks I do Marvel Comics history. Like,
Exactly.
So this one time, Steve,
You're talking to your buddy Steve.
so me and my buddy Steve,
Bob Reynolds.
we were going to look for our friend Bucky.
Yeah.
It got real dicey when we ran into this guy named Johann Schmidt.
Yeah, you just use everyone's real name. No one would ever
In
know.
World War II.
I do like that.
So my number 1, you ready?
I'm ready.
Man, I was a huge...
The Sesame Street Martian.
Shut up.
Shut your mouth.
I was a huge fan of this show as a young lad.
The Sesame
And
Street Martian.
I probably didn't understand what was going on at all. I even had the entire bed sheets and like blankets and stuff. Alf.
Okay, I
Alien
didn't know where you were
life
going with that.
form.
Alf. Okay.
Alf.
Alien. Yeah, he always wanted to eat the cat.
Yeah, right. But he was a really cool dude. Like when you start like paying attention to what's going
Yeah.
on, Like his whole planet got blown up, and he didn't even like realize it at first. But he was like a.
Is that true?
Yeah, his planet got blown up by a nuclear war, and so he was but he was out in space because he was like a space patrol guy. So he was like a military guy.
So
for his planet.
he's sitting out in like orbit, and then his
Right.
whole planet's just exploding.
His planet blows up, and so then he follows this weak radio signal and crashes into Earth, right into their garage, and then lives with this family. He even got to meet the president.
What a messed up show.
Right? Like it's
you
supposed
find
to be.
out it's real sad.
It was a It ran for like 99 episodes, I believe. And it was like a
Wow,
comedy.
They couldn't give him the 100. Eh?
Well, it got to 103 because they did like 6 1-hour specials that were broken up into.
that doesn't count.
So, anyways, but like, it was supposed to be a comedy. But as you go back and watch it, like, you can see the tones of like the family being like super scared. Like, what happens if someone catches us with an alien? Like, our whole lives could be ruined.
Nothing is funny about this so far.
But I loved that show.
But I remember it being a sitcom. But
Right.
Like, as you're talking,
Funny
like,
aliens.
right? Can you imagine you're on patrol in your little space car by yourself? Like you're taking a lunch break, eating a donut, and suddenly,
Your whole planet blows up.
Right.
You look back and you're no home.
right?
Gone.
You get a text message. I love blah, 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 blah.
Nothing.
Like nothing.
Done.
Girl, they had a really long time to type out blah 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 instead of just
Straight up.
send.
Straight up deleted.
Blah, blah,
Send.
blah,
And you
blah,
follow a
blah,
weak
blah,
radio
blah.
signal all the way back to Earth, and you crash land.
First of all, he got all the way to Earth, and then he crash
He
lands.
crashed into Earth.
Was he like drunk driving?
Maybe.
Yeah, he drank because his whole family died and everyone he loved.
Gravity pulled him in.
Everything he knew, everyone he loved,
Gone
all of it,
in an instant.
and his extra pants.
And he just wanted to eat the cat.
The one thing I remember is from the opening credits, he
He's
puts
chasing
the
the
cat
cat.
in his mouth, and then like he has to like take it out of his mouth because someone's like, "Ow!"
He's always chasing the cat.
Yeah.
All the time.
Why must I chase the cat? Why
Let's-
must I be like that?
Let's chase out to a break here real quick.
Nothing but the dog in me.
When we come back, we're going to get into our Nico DLG segment. It's gonna suck.